it's Laynie and welcome to my channel. If you're new, oh my goodness, welcome. If you're returning, thank you so very much. I don't know why it has taken me literally years to sit down and film this video, but today I am inspired to talk to you about some of my favorite go-to beauty tools. Why have I not done this sooner? And disclaimer, if it sounds like there's a herd of buffalo above me, no, that's just my toddler. I thought I was gonna get this filmed before she woke up, and of course she woke up right as I was coming down to film, so there's probably gonna be a lot of racket in the background. But that's okay, we'll make do. So if you wanna hear about my favorite tried and true beauty tools, make sure you stick around, make sure you click that subscribe button and join the fam. You won't regret it, especially if you love fragrance content, beauty content, and a little bit of lifestyle content sprinkled on top. All right, let's just get started. My daughter is officially talking up a storm, repeating everything, saying everything. She keeps us laughing. She's upstairs singing on and off, so you'll probably hear her tunes in the background. I would apologize, but we live here. Like I said, was trying to beat my toddler. Didn't work. Oh, that wording sounds terrible. I was trying to film before my daughter woke up. It didn't happen, but I do have coffee and I'm excited to hang out with you guys. This is my second cup of the day, so I am going to just be feeling so good after this. I'm usually a 1 cup kind of gal. Okay, let's just get started. I'm gonna stop rambling. First of all, if you don't know, I have a toddler, as I've mentioned, and I used to come down here every day before work. That was my go-to, but ever since having my kiddo, I usually get ready upstairs. Usually when I'm getting ready, it's either before she's woken up or during her nap time, so I usually get ready upstairs. I just like to be close by in case she wakes up, has a bad dream, any of that kind of stuff. I worry that if I come down here, I won't hear her. So I now keep a giant, wow. Yep, she's like that most of the day, honestly. So I keep a giant makeup tote, not even a makeup bag, upstairs with my grab and go items, the things I use every day. I will put a picture up here of what I'm talking about. I've had mine for years. It's rusty, dusty, and crusty, but it's still going strong. Actually, my husband got it for me. What a great Christmas gift. That was probably like 7 years ago, which is hard to believe. So I definitely love having a hard case that I keep everything in because it's easy to take up and down. It's easy to just grab when we're traveling. I don't have to repack a makeup bag. Not a necessity, but really handy. So now, things that I always keep in there that I love to use that I think help my makeup application or my makeup process. First of all, this is a old e.l.f. daily brush cleaner container, but that is not what is inside. I think it's like 97% isopropyl alcohol. It's in the first aid section at the grocery store. I keep this that way if I ever drop a brush on the floor or my toddler takes her little dirty, sticky little toddler fingers and touches my eye brushes, I can spray them down, swirl them onto a paper towel and feel like they're a little bit cleaner before I put them on my face. I love having this, especially when we travel, because if you've ever dropped a makeup brush on a hotel floor, you know that sinking feeling that, do I ever want to put this on my face again? This, I just really just spray it down, make sure it's good and wet, let it dry, and I feel much better about it. So I do keep this in there. It comes in very handy. Some tools that I feel like are a necessity. Good eyebrow shears. This is by Tweezerman. Look at that nice angle. They're quite thin. You can brush your brows up and really get those little extra long, too fluffy hairs. I do enjoy a fluffy brow, but you don't want to look like your grandpa's eyebrows. This helps so much, so I definitely keep that in there, and I really like this brand. I don't think they're the cheapest brow scissor, but I definitely felt like they were worth the price because the way they're shaped, the angle, everything, it just makes trimming your brows so easy. A good pair of tweezers. My brain was like, what are these called? Tweezers. These are trim. I think I got these at Walmart or something. These get quite fine at the point, which really helps me grab hairs. This works so well for those teeny tiny, really fine eyebrow hairs that you want to get rid of. But I don't pluck my brows. This is like those few little stragglers that I miss with a product like this. I love an eyebrow razor. I usually get these at Ross. I've gotten them on Amazon. I've got them at the grocery store. They're usually pretty cheap. You can get a pack of like 3, 5. a jumbo pack. Love these. I prefer the ones that are a bit smaller in the head. I've gotten the ones that are bigger, and I think it makes doing your brows quite tricky because I don't have a very wide eye area. It's like I'm scared I'm going to take off the front part of my brow if it's too wide. So I do prefer a nice small little head like this. Very easy for getting between the brows, getting rid of that fluffy area so I don't have one giant brow. Really good for getting around the base of the brow and just kind of shaping them out. Also really good for getting rid of some peach fuzz. Proceed with caution with trimming the peach fuzz, but it does work out for me and I really like this tool. Also, a must, a pencil trimmer. This one has the jumbo side and the skinny side. I love that it's both combined in one little handy dandy package. I love that this one has the little capture area for your shavings. Love it's not as messy. This one's from Ulta, works really well for me. I've had a NARS one in the past. I feel like most of these are basically made the same. None really stand out from the rest. Besides the fact that this one has the little capture area, I really like that. You don't have to break the bank and get like a super high-end fancy one. This is the Ulta brand. It was pretty cheap and it does the job. This is a must in my beauty tote. So if you're not new here, you know I don't wear false lashes on the regular. Today I actually am wearing some couple little wispies on the end. I've really been liking the pieces. I find them easier to apply. Even though I don't wear them all the time, I always keep a little lash plucker. I don't know what this is called. I want to say tweezer, but I feel like this is not a tweezer. An applicator. A lash applicator. This one is by Ulta Beauty. Works really well. You can really get in there with a full lash or the pieces. Really handy. I always keep this because every once in a while when I do feel like applying a lash, this really does help. And an absolute must-have. But proceed with caution. A lash comb that is an actual metal comb. Have I stabbed myself in the eye with this before? Yes. Did it feel unpleasant? Absolutely. So be very careful. Like, take your time. Don't rush when you're doing this part. That was my mistake. It did not feel nice. This is quite pokey. It's not needle pokey, like it's not that pokey or sharp at the ends, but it's pokey. It's a metal comb. But oh my goodness, this works so good for separating lashes. When your mascara is getting a little too chunky, clunky on your lashes, this goes in, it takes off some extra, it separates. I can use it at an angle to really divide pieces of lashes. I am obsessed with this. I've had this for years. I will never go back to a plastic mascara. Why is it? Coffee, kick in. Lash comb. The plastic ones are so chunky and fat that you cannot really get in there to the lashes like this. But again, be careful because it doesn't feel nice when you stab yourself in the eyeball. I learned the hard way. This fan right here, yes, that is some duct tape holding her together. That is how much I love this. And I looked on Amazon and they don't sell this anymore and it makes me so sad. I cannot find one just like it. I've bought others, ended up returning them because they're all chunky wide fans. If you use your beauty like vanity all the time or a beauty room all the time, I think the chunky ones are fine. I'll link the one down below that I've seen like a bunch of people on YouTube use. It's a nice round one. I'm sure very efficient for drying your setting spray. But I love this one because it's so thin, like it fits in a makeup bag real easily. It fits in my tote and doesn't take up half the storage space. I love this. It's got these cute little like, almost like material blades. Like, I don't think it's quite plastic, but it's not quite cloth. I don't know. It's very thin and they just, when you turn it on, they puff up and start flying around and it really honestly creates a very good wind for how small it is. A lot of eyeshadow palettes have really good mirrors in it, but some of my favorite eyeshadow palettes that I use on the regular don't have a mirror. So I like to keep a good quality mirror in my makeup kit. I use this one by D. Wizen, which I think was on Amazon, and I'll link it down below. My gosh, she needs clean. She's filthy. Okay, I use this. Really, honestly, nice and big for being a compact. I wanted a compact because I felt like it was less likely to break when I'm traveling and it's like rolling around in my makeup tote. It does have the 10 times side. I try not to look at myself in that. I feel like no one looks that good when they're that blown up and that close to themselves. I have found a sponge I absolutely love that I feel like is worth the $20. $20 is not cheap, but it's the same as the Beauty Blender. So if you're used to spending for a Beauty Blender, you know, it's not like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive. I love this. Stands Out Beauty. I saw it on YouTube, bought the hype, went on Amazon, put her in cart right away. And I actually think the hype is real on this one. This is like a memory foam. I think just like a memory foam mattress, like the same thing. It's so soft and squishy. It's so soft, it's pliable. Like you can really move it around. You can squish her down to get in between the eyebrows. You can do what you need to do with her. She also has lots of angles. She's got a round part. She's got a pointy part. Like this has it all going on. But my favorite reason for having this is the fact that it was advertised for not needing to be wet when using. It definitely absorbs some product like any sponge, but I feel like I get such a nice smooth application without having to wet this down. The Beauty Blender to me doesn't do a good job if it's not damp. When it's damp, it like puffs up, it softens out, it makes the little holes or whatever you want to call it in the foam a little smaller, and it just does a better application. This one, without being wet, does a beautiful application. This is my go-to. I have repurchased and I will always repurchase. So far, nothing else has won me over quite like the Stands Out Beauty Sponge. Have you tried this? What are your thoughts? Leave it down below. Something I've really been loving for loose powder application is my little puff from Huda Beauty. I got this when I bought, I want to say it was a fragrance, and it was like one of those little random, like throw it in my cart while I'm on there. There's tons of others on Amazon that are out there that are far cheaper than this. You don't have to spend a lot. They're all kind of the same. They're just like a smooth microfiber cloth over a little foam triangle. I'm sure that's a very technical way to describe that. But I love this. I love that I can really get up in here in the inner corner. I love that I can get like a good healthy coat of powder and really push it into my pores here. And I feel like it really helps smooth me out because I do need that. I struggle with large pores, okay? I got my dad's skin. Thanks, Dad. But I really do like it. I really do think I would put this in the necessity category for me. I don't use it every time, but I use it 99% of time. Wow, there's a hippo up there, I think. Toddlers are wild, y'all. Okay, I do think I would put this in a necessity for me. I just really, especially if you struggle with large pores, I do feel like it really, really ups my makeup game. I'm a big fan of this. I always keep a paper towel or a rag in front of me when I'm getting ready. I honestly do recommend actually a washcloth that is dry because usually they have those fibers and texture to it that it really helps work off the product. Today my makeup rag that I keep in my tote is in the wash, so I'm using paper towel today. But I always buff off my foundation brushes, my eyeshadow brushes in between use because it just keeps them from getting gunky and built up in between cleanings. So definitely recommend keeping that in front of you or on your lap or on your desk, wherever you get ready, so that you can buff off any extra product in between use. It makes cleaning them so much easier. And I also find it makes my application better because I can work off some of that excess product. Yeah, I can't believe this took me like 7 years to make a beauty tools video. Like, what? Why did it take me so long? I don't know. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, please try to stay positive because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.